Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is review Florasis' new impression of dye balancing foundation, and I am going to compare with their original. I think this is Flora long-lasting foundation, which is appeared in my previous review. So today, going to just to compare both of them. I'm sure you are interested, so keep on watching. First of all, start with the packaging. Again, is pretty much in there. Entrant peacock's tail. When you open it, the bottle looks like this. It is very, very pretty. However, I have to say that when I first time opened the packaging, I was a little bit disappointed. Reason being, their previous bottle all glass. The bottle is it comes across a little bit too plasticky. So it would be way much nicer if the bottle over here is the glass. It will bring the whole level up. Although this is already look very nice, but bear in mind this is not glass. I originally thought this would be glass, but it's not. It's plastic. So only that bit disappointed, but other than that, it's still very, very pretty bottle to put on your desk, of course. And the color I have is N20. So last one, the original one is N20 as well. So today we're going to compare both of them. The full name of this impression of dye is Balancing Fitting Liquid Foundation. Let me just quickly open their website. I will just quickly read out the description on their official website. It's just a couple of key points. Suitable for all skin type, 4-season usable. It is light and matte, and they use flowers to nourishing your skin. The finish of this foundation on their website, on their description, is it is very fitted, doesn't look fake white. It is very smooth, easy to be extended and blended out on your skin. It is very fine, like a face cream formulation. Doesn't look fake, look like your real skin. So that's all the claims on their website. I've used this foundation 4 times. When I compare with this original foundation, I think a lot of you probably used it before. Would be easier to explain. So let's firstly have a look at the formulation. I will put next to each other. So this is the older version, and this is the impression of dye. They all very much feel and look like face cream, and when you extend it out, you will see the slightly different. This looks creamier and heavier, and this look lighter, as is named liquid foundation. And although I have the same color, you can still feel the impression of dye. I think it's because it's fairly, in comparison, lighter than the original one. Therefore, it looks slightly towards cool tone, but it's not cool tone, okay? It just looks slightly less warm than the original color. But when you apply on the face, is similar color outcome. Texture, 2 of them are very similar as is described. It does feel like face cream. It is very to be smudged and extended out on the face. The original Flora Nourishing foundation, it is thicker, creamier, and higher coverage compared to the impression of dye. Impression of dye, you need to do 2 layers to get the same coverage outcome of the original one. So this one is like 1 level lighter than the original one. If you have good skin yourself, you probably feel this one is enough. Like me, I have spot marks, acne a little bit. From the coverage perspective, I would prefer the original one. The finish, two of them are identical. Exactly the same finish. Once both foundation being absorbed by your skin, when you touch your skin, you do not see fingerprint, you do not see finger marks, which means these two foundations are setted and fitted onto your skin very well. Besides, the original one is even, it is even clear compared to the impression of dye, this balancing foundation. Once both foundation been setted for about 5 to 10 minutes, when I touch the foundation, this one is pretty much absorbed and dried, and you don't feel any thickness whatsoever. This side is with impression of dye is only tiny slightly sticky, so you definitely, if you combine oily to oily skin, you will definitely have to set it. Whether both of them last long, both of them lasting exactly the same. On my skin at least. So I do set it with powder. So once being set it 3-4 hours without any problem whatsoever. Once 4 hours forward, of course now is winter time, for my skin condition is only tiny little bit on my forehead and a little bit on the tip of my nose. But other than that, there is nothing breaking down, no face oils, there is nothing, basically pretty much remained as it is. When it's over 6 to 8 hours, my T-zone face oil coming out a little bit more. My surround nose, the oil coming out a little bit, but it doesn't impact the outcome and the overall look of the foundation finishing at all. And this one on their website also claim that works for all skin type. Personally, I feel if you're dry skin, you do need to prep your skin beforehand, because this one, once you applied, is fitted as it's described, is fitted and really glide on your skin, easy to dry up afterwards. So if you are very dry skin, you will need to nourishing and prep your skin well before using this foundation. If you are normal skin, normal towards dry or normal towards oily skin, this is definitely work for either way. If you're extremely oily skin, again, same, prep your skin well. This does last long to a certain extent, but if you, without setting it, without using some mattify primer, this will still have face oil joining. So yeah, just bear that in mind. It says it doesn't oxidize. On the swatch itself, it does oxidize slightly. It's like half shade oxidized. But once you apply it on the face, I don't actually feel it gets darker afterwards. So kind of once absorbed by your skin is pretty much set. Florasis product has very minimum smell. So if you are got a bit here. If you are a little bit sensitive with the smells, Florasis is a good brand to go for. They rarely have strong smell. Most of their product, 99% has no smell or little bit of subtle flora smell. You have to be really close and smell carefully. For the foundation, there is no smell. If you really want to smell it deeply like that, it just smells tiny little bit face cream mixed with chemical smell. Other than that, that's about it. So don't worry about that. To really bear in mind is the coverage. It is one layer. Stop banging downstairs. It's just the reverb. I have no idea when it's gonna stop. I use the microphone, so should technically minimize the noise, hopefully. Anyway, back to the subject. So the best way to describe this two type of foundations, this impression of dye is a liquid version of nourishing long-lasting foundation. That's the best way to describe it. The finish, the formulation are exactly very 99% similar. The only difference that I can personally feel is the coverage. This one is lighter, one layer lighter than this one. So if you have good skin condition yourself and you like a natural finish and you prefer like no makeup day, people doesn't really notice whether you had foundation or not, definitely go for this impression of dye. But if you have a little bit of trouble with your face and you like a decent coverage, like medium coverage, and be able to build up, then go for the original one. This one is very light coverage. That's the key thing for it. But this one you can definitely build up. Like today, I built up 2 layers. You can tell the coverage has been improved, but doesn't get crease or cakey up. There is no that troubles at all. And also for the under eye area, in the wintertime, my under eye area are fairly towards dry, but no creased up, nothing at all. This one works also very well with other product. This one doesn't work against with concealers, with powder product on top of it. Some foundations, they will. They look flawless, nice finish until you put concealers on top of that. And then sometime until you put powder of that, then you see the spikiness coming up again. This one wouldn't. One thing I also need to mention that as this set into your skin fairly quick, therefore I would suggest you apply area by area. Don't dot everywhere into your entire face, then you pat it out. Some area may dry it faster than the other area, then may cause patchiness. So it's still better to do one area, you finish one, than to do the other side of the face. Here, just quickly zoom you guys in to see how it performs for the pores area. So this side is use the original one, and this side is impression of dye. I would say both of them are exactly the same. The level of blurring pores area, both of them performed fairly well. Today I didn't use any pores filler or special primers for that. So of course this one I bought on their Chinese official website. On that website there are limited shade selections. Let me just double check. It is only 3 shades on their Chinese official shop. So I'm not sure on their international shop would they provide more shade. So if you are medium or slightly darker skin tone, just make sure you double check whether they have the right shade for you or not. Obviously I also follow their Instagram account, so if you couldn't find your shade, please do drop them a message, and I will also do that as well. Hopefully if they haven't got more shade, then they can take our advice on board and start introducing more shades for us. That would be wonderful. So all the things I mentioned in the beginning of this video that they claim what this foundation going to perform on your face, I would say on my skin it performed very well. It ticks most of the boxes. So if you're interested, I think it's definitely worth to try, especially the bottle itself is quite pretty. Today is a short and sweet video. Hope you like it. If you do click the like button, would be great. Thank you so much guys for watching, and I will see you on my next video.